Hello, once again, this is Brother Teacher, Grandmaster Stroud. I want to share something that is, to me, very important, and that is having purpose as an instructor of martial arts. I'm speaking more respectively of myself because I have encountered so many different types of personalities and characters throughout my life and career in the martial arts. And I've gotten to a point, and I'm happy, I'm grateful that I'm at this point. And that is the point of non-tolerance. Excuse the video. Non-tolerance. And what I mean by that is this. People who don't know what they want and have not grown up. Even though chronologically some may be adults, may have been matured physically as adults, but they don't have the minds of an adult, a mature adult. When you get to a certain age, place in life, you need to know who you are, and you need to know what you want from life and what your contributions to life should be. I don't subscribe in just existing. Now, some of what I'm going to say runs the gamut in life circumstances and situations and different things that you might embark upon. But I'm speaking more respectively of martial arts right now. Martial arts is a way of life. Now back to me. I've had students that have come through the doors that have stayed with me for many, many years. And I've had some of those students that have stayed with me for many years fall off for whatever their reasons were. But let me state this. I have never, ever, ever lost a student because of me not being qualified as a teacher. Not because of me harming them in any way. Never, ever. And that's a fact. You can ask anyone that has ever been under me, have I ever done them a disservice? And they'll all say not at all, never. So what has happened throughout my career is that those students that have been with me have left because they lost an interest, or they were not passionate any longer. But let me piggyback on that statement I just made. Passionate. If you truly have a passion for something, you never lose it. And I'm an example of passion. I still do it. I'm not coerced into doing what I'm doing. I'm not and have not been coerced into continuing in the martial arts because I felt like I put so much time and I might as well finish it. No. I love what I do. So now, it doesn't mean that I don't get tired sometimes. It doesn't mean that I don't get frustrated sometimes with people that I deal with who are not as mature as I am about life and about martial arts, learning, training. With that said, people come through your door, have come through my door, and have been there for several months, and they relocate and they have to leave. People of those several months also have come and left because they couldn't take the training anymore, or they were not serious. There are people who will come for a very short period of time, much shorter than the several months, and stay for a couple weeks, to a month. And they leave. They fall off. They don't call you. They don't text you. They don't show up and say, hey, I thought about it. I changed my mind. Or, this is not what I really want to do. I thought this was what I wanted to do, but I just don't want to do it any longer. Whatever the manifold reasons are that people can conjure up for not pursuing martial arts, here's where I'm at. Based on what I began this video to say is this. I'm older now. I don't tolerate undecisiveness. And I'm pretty much an expert on reading people. I've taught about 1,000 people in my lifetime. I'm pretty much a reader, a great reader of people and their character. I can pretty much tell who's going to stay and about how long they're going to stay once they've been with me for a week to 2 weeks or even a month. I can tell. I've done it long enough. So now, I'm at the point of my life right now, I'm not tolerating undecisiveness anymore. I personally, brother teacher, if I had 5 students that were dedicated and devoted to my system, I'd be happy. I don't want 200, 300, 400, 1,000 students across the world. That's not what I want. I'm touching individuals' lives to better themselves and to pursue the art that I teach. Conceptually, the concepts, the principles of the art that I'm teaching, that they may be better human beings, ultimately, and carry it on to the next generation, and then some. What I don't want are people that just want to mimic what they see you do because they just want to show off, want to make people on the outside believe that they know something. I'm not trying to inflate anyone's ego beyond what it's supposed to be, legitimately, genuinely. So, you have to love people, genuinely love people, but it starts with yourself. Love yourself first, then you can exude that same kind of love outside of you. And we use martial arts as a medium or a catalyst for projecting that. So now, I had someone, just to use an example, that had been talking to me for a couple months. I'm going to come to class. I really want to learn, and I'm going to be bringing my children. Okay, how many times have I heard that? After about a month, after I had been told on 2 separate occasions that this individual was coming, and then something came up. Okay, I give them grace. The second occasion, didn't hear from them for about a week. Then when I first contacted them again after that, they explained something came up. Okay. And once I had that discussion, brief discussion, oh, my son's not coming anymore. So approximately a month ago, the same individual pops up again after they told me they were coming for the 3rd time. Now, the date that they gave me had already expired the week before. They didn't call me. No text message, didn't show up. And they're in the neighborhood where I am at. And so, finally they pop up. It's just going to be me in class. It's not going to be my grandson or my son in class. Okay. So now, Here comes the date that they're supposed to show up for class. They come to class. Now, they are not physically fit like an athlete would be. They are an older person, a little younger than I. And so they come to class. Now, as subtle as I could be and as gentle as I could be, teaching this person just the basics, structure, salutation, some minor exercises, they were overwhelmed. Now, mind you, they wanted to learn martial arts and self-defense, inclusive. They were excited at what they saw my senior students doing, and when I had them participate, I could see how they were winded. And again, this was very, very, very lightweight as far as applications through practice. So now, that person did not come back to the next class, which was a day later, 2 days later. Didn't come back, didn't send me a message, didn't call me, didn't show up and say, well, I decided to change my mind or didn't want to do it, and so on and so forth. So now, a whole week passes. So the individual comes to my store and they say, I thought I'd tell you. You was probably already aware of this. I'm not going to stay. But I will contribute to your system, your business, in any other way. But I'm not going to be able to do it. I was so sore after that class that we had. Stop. Okay. I received that. I said, well, thank you. And she went on, and it was a female, to say, well, thank you for everything and have a nice day. But before she had left, she had said, I didn't realize that I was that much out of shape. I thought that all of the walking that I did at work and so forth was good exercise. I did not add to it. I just bidded her so long. So, I'm not going to say what I learned from that, but what I know from this, because she's not the first person I've ever experienced in my life throughout my career that responded that way. But what is really, really disturbing to me is how people don't want to work for excellence when it requires that they have to put a little effort physically into it. You say you want to learn something. Do you think there's a magic pill that's going to make you all of a sudden this very proficient martial arts practitioner? It doesn't work that way. You have to be willing to give something up. You have to be willing to give up some of your time. You have to be willing to give up some of your bad habits and apply yourself physically at ground level. And I am not over exaggerating when I say this. The session that I gave her was not intense at all. If I were to gauge it, I would even say that it was less than normal. And she still was not willing to go the rest of the way. Case in point, I have a teenager, 13 years old. 13 years old, I say that again. when he came to me. Now, he's heavy weight-wise, but he's not obese. Did you not know, or do you not know, that he struggled to do 5 push-ups? 5. Only 5 push-ups. Military push-ups, prone position. It is amazing to me the state of affairs in our country, more respectively, when it comes to the general health of our population. You're not supposed to have teenagers in poor shape physically. Not at all. When I was 13, I told him that we were made to do 500 sit-ups in every class. Does that mean that everyone did it? No. Some did make it. And after a period of time, I would do the 500 sit-ups to the very end. Some would fall off, but that was the goal. It was always 500 sit-ups when I was his age. And we did push-ups. We did what we call in the military grass drills and mountain climbers and things like this, and we ran miles. When I was just a young boy, and this generation here, now if this young child at 13 couldn't do 5 push-ups, the young lady that I started this video mentioning couldn't do 5 push-ups. Now I, as I'm sitting here speaking to the audience out there now, I can do more, but I'm going to tell you this. At almost 64, in about 3 weeks, 64 years old, I can do at least 70 to 75 push-ups straight. I'm serious, and my students can tell you this. So what does that mean? What does it mean about a person being dedicated and or passionate about what they do? So getting back to the original premise, I don't want students, prospective students, or those that would be prospective students coming to my door who are not sure what they want. I have people ask me all of the time, do you take 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds? You know, children have always been my specialty. But since I don't have my commercial school that I used to have, I don't want to babysit your children, because a lot of times the parents want to drop your children off and then they're late coming back. So I'm very selective about who I take on as a student at this point in my life. I don't want anyone to waste my time, because my time is valuable, because I am valuable, because I give value. And I don't want anyone to tread upon my value by wasting my precious time. It's not about money. It's about principle. If you're serious, you got the best person standing in front of you. Because I'll take you to excellence if you're serious. But if you're fooling around, I have to show you the door. It's time to go. Don't waste my time. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. So you instructors, if you have people like this, beware. If you are serious about your craft and what you teach, don't accept anything, especially when you're up in age. Your legacy should mean something to you. I know mine does. So, as I began earlier to say, I'd rather have 5 students that are dedicated, and they will become renowned because of who their teacher is. That's it. I don't want to bunch of people that are lazy, slothful, the Bible says, who really don't want to practice, who really don't take care of their health. They don't eat properly. And I'm definitely not going to have my black belt ranks obese. That's it. Now, as I said in the previous video, if you come heavy, I accept you as you are. If you come with some issues, I accept you as you are. And we will build on that. And we'll help you get to where you should be if you have the desire to. That was it. And I know this was a real educational video for most. I hope you have gleaned something from this. Until the next video, Yahweh loves you and teacher loves you. Be blessed.